Well, you might not know this, but it is the Gift of Sox Day.
Or maybe you saw some of the hijinks.
Yeah.
Red Sox crews were out around Boston all day, making the holidays a little more festive. Players and mascots have been making their way around the T, local schools, and a veterans center. There's Wally. And the team says they've already granted wishes for the World Series win. So this was round 2 of granting fan wishes. And joining us tonight to talk about all of this is former Globe writer and current Red Sox historian, Gordon Edes.
Hey, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
It's great to be here. And you know, I did think that, you know, can you top the gift that we gave our fans in
the
October?
World Series trophy.
Yeah.
Paul, as my gingerbread house says, the World Series trophy coming down the chimney.
That's right.
Tell us about the Gift of Sox and why the Sox decided to do it and some of the events that took place today.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a pretty creative initiative that our marketing people and our social media people came up with. It's been going on now for several years, and people can get on Twitter and tweet what their wish is from the Red Sox, and we get some pretty creative requests, and like, for example, this morning, don't know if you saw it on your commute, but for some people who were traveling into Government Center this morning, if they looked over a seat, they saw the World Series trophy sitting on a seat on the green line, you know, and there were a few folks who did a double take and wondered if it was the real trophy. Fortunately, nobody said, hey, I want to sit there, move that piece of hardware out of the way, would you?
The bodyguard for the trophy was not far away.
No,
it was on the seat on the green line.
Yeah.
What were some of the other things that you guys did?
So one of the more unusual things they did is we had an abundance of pineapple pizza for some reason. I'm not sure the story behind this, but someone in our marketing department had the creative idea of having it delivered to the Bronx. Is that, you know, was that just another way of rubbing in this idea of damage done? If you remember that whole...
we should agree that pineapple on pizza is terrible. Is that the idea?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I'm a Central Mass guy. I'm not a pineapple on pizza. Yeah.
As we know. Right. Hey, question that a lot of people are wondering about now that we've seen the Red Sox win the World Series. We know the team has accepted the invitation to the White House. What's the latest on that? Is the whole team going? Has a date been set up for that? What's the plan?
Well, I can tell you that we accepted the invitation, as you know. There has not been a date set. Several dates have been proposed. The White House has really been having a little difficulty scheduling it at this stage. You know, our president, Sam Kennedy, made it clear that it's really a voluntary decision on the part of the players. As you know, we've gone to the White House after each of the previous 3 World Series for 2 different administrations. So, you know, certainly our ownership plans to go. Sam Kennedy plans to go. Alex Cora has said he plans to go, and will use it as a platform that he thinks maybe he can deliver a compelling message on the behalf of some people near and dear to him, his fellow Islanders in Puerto Rico. So, you know, generally it happens either during spring training or just before spring training, but nothing is set yet.
All right, so the date, TBD.
Let's talk about next season. Nathan Eovaldi just signed $65 million. He does have a history of injuries. Is this the right move for the Red Sox?
Yeah, you know, I think so, given the fact that the man was throwing in triple digits in October.
Yeah, he was remarkable.
Yes, you know, I mean, if maybe the most heroic performance of the entire postseason was that 97-pitch relief appearance by Eovaldi. Our medical people are pretty persuaded that the Tommy John is not going to be an issue going forward. You never know with pitchers, of course, but yeah, I'd much rather see him in the middle of our rotation than wearing pinstripes or in his native Houston.
Speaking of that, so the Yankees are loading up. It's so hard to repeat. Sox fans are looking toward the spring. Now you've got this talk of changing up the batting order between Mookie Betts and Benintendi. What do you make of that?
Well, I was a little bit surprised because when you're coming off a season where you just set a franchise record and wins with 108, maybe you leave well enough alone.
Don't fix what ain't broken.
But you know, clearly Mookie profiles as more of a middle-of-the-order hitter, even more so than a two-spot hitter, and I think they like the fact of putting Benny's speed at the top of the order as well. And you know, the one thing that fans have to be mindful of is it's very difficult to repeat, as you just mentioned, Paul, but you know, when you have a team like this and a young team, it's going to be pretty difficult to keep that core together. The economic pressure, you can't re-sign everyone. And we already had the highest payroll in the big leagues last year, so it'll be, Dave Dombrowski's got some real challenges sorting out some of these roster decisions going forward when you got guys closing in on free agency.
And especially watching what's happening in the Bronx after they ate the pizza.
Yeah, there you go.
The hashtag is TheGiftOfSox. You can go have some fun on Twitter, see everything that was going on today with the trophy. Gordon Edes, Red Sox historian, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And actually, one person requested hanging out with me as her get, and we fulfilled that request. So how about that?
Yeah. Good for you. Central Mass kids.
That's
Gotta
it,
stick
right.
together. All right, Gordon Edes, thanks so much for coming in tonight.